Und Sie sind Schneeberg?
Jan auf der linken Seite, die Tornade der Herz.
Also, die Türzugang da, ich konnte das nicht. Das ist oben, das sind nicht mehr.
Ja, 10 Jahre noch nicht das sehe ich gesehen. Und wenn ich hier, die 5 schon am Anfang gesehen.
Ja, weil so, ihr noch der war kein Schneer, aber ihr seid auch direkt probiert, aber du redest. Ja, okay.
Wo schon Tierfiele, da wo schon drüber gezogen, ha?
Nee, brauche ich nichts.
Ja?
get started. Welcome to everybody. Thank you for joining us today for the press conference prior to the 48th Hypomeeting in Götzis. Thank you especially to you three for joining us, Anna Vetter, Damien Warner and Chiara Schuler. Welcome. Let's start with the woman who is our key visual this year. Welcome, Anuk. I hope you had a good trip to Götzis. So last year, as we all know, you won Götzis for the first time, and a few weeks later you became the silver medalist of the World Championships. So what is your most vivid memory of last year, of winning Götzis, of the 2 days completing Götzis?
I think it was the total performance, winning here in Götzis, and I never expected that. And yeah, also the world become second with a big PB, and yeah, the month before I hurt my hamstring, so it was quite exciting period. So overall, that was a really good year. I look back with a big smile.
Perfekt. Kurz auf Deutsch, also sie sagt, generell die Saison letztes Jahr war sehr, sehr gut, obwohl sie eine kleine Verletzung hatte, und in Götzis gesamt die Leistung ist hier nach wie vor sehr präsent, und an den Weltmeisterschaften natürlich auch, vor allem die persönliche Bestleistung war sehr gut.
Ja.
Thank you, Anna. Damien, you're competing for the 10th time in Götzis this year, which is incredible. I mean, we had a chat about it already this week. What is the first memory of Götzis, the 10 years, the 10th year, but also the past 9 years, if you think back, that is present the most, if you think back these 9 years?
Oh, that's tricky. There's probably two. The first time that I ever came to Götzis, I feel like I was relatively new, and I didn't even know myself, but I didn't expect anybody else to know who I was. And I came here, and a whole bunch of kids had like Canadian flags painted on their face, and they knew who I was, and they knew some of my results, and I was just like, how? How could they know who some kid from Canada is? But it just shows you how loving these fans are here in Götzis, and how much they respect the sport and they follow the sport. So that's something that fell on me very early. But probably one of my favorite memories was from 2013. That was the first year that I won. It was the Winter Games when it was freezing cold here and there was snow in the air, and everybody was wearing toques and gloves. But me and Brienne won, so there was 2 Canadians on the podium, and we just had a really good time. So it's really tricky to pick memories, but yeah, those are some of my favorites.
Perfekt. Also vor allem 2013 ist ihm sehr in Erinnerung geblieben, die Winterspiele in Götzis, als es wirklich sehr, sehr kalt war. Das erste Mal, auch als er hier gestartet ist, hatten alle Kinder bereits kanadische Flaggen auf ihren Gesichtern, kannten seine Resultate, und er war wirklich begeistert und fasziniert, wie die Leichtathletik hier in Götzis gelebt wird. Chiara, zweites Mal in Götzis. Zusammen mit Isabel Posch bist du seid 2 Vorarlbergerinnen, die gleichzeitig am Hypomeeting am Start stehen, und eine dritte Österreicherin mit der Sarah Lacker. Wie waren die letzten 2-3 Wochen Vorbereitungen für dich? Was hast du speziell noch trainiert, oder wie bereitet man sich auf Götzis vor?
Zuerst mal freut es mich, dass natürlich heuer 3 Österreicherinnen sind, nachdem ich halt letztes Jahr doch allein nicht war. Und ja, die Vorbereitungen waren eigentlich so, dass wir halt viel Techniktraining gemacht haben, gerade nochmal die Probleme sind wir nochmal durchgegangen, sage ich jetzt mal, und dass ich halt da mehr Sicherheit kriege, gerade in der Anläufe.
Super, vielen Dank. Nun darf ich das Wort an Sie übergeben. I'll hand the word over to you. My colleague will hand the microphone to just give us a sign. Who is the first one? Perfect.
Hi everybody, nice to see you back here. Maybe the first question on our international guests. Can you tell us a little bit about your preparation? How does it work? Where have you been? What have you especially done? And at least what do you expect for the weekend?
I feel like this year has been interesting to a certain part, because we finished last season with a hamstring injury, and then we spent a little bit of time rehabbing it. And then our plan was to build up the season slowly. So we spent a lot of time indoors in Canada, which was not the greatest, but we got some solid training in. Then we just got back from a training camp in Louisiana, where we had some solid training. I fell over the hurdles for the first time in a long time, but was able to compete after that and had some solid results in the 400, the discus. And then for the last 3 weeks, my training has been solid. So just got to come out here, have some adrenaline, have some fun, and see what the results show at the end of the 2 days.
For me, it was, I think, a bit opposite, maybe. Yeah, April was really, really good. We went to South Africa, to Potch. We had a really good training camp. But when I came home, I had a small injury. So last week, I was more on the watt bike than I was on the track. But last week, I did a competition that was good. So I just want to enjoy and see event by event and do my best. And yeah, let's see what the results are.
Is it always like this in Götzis? We can never hear any points, any special goals you expect here. It's always like we went by event and we look what's going on. But then maybe behind you have some points in your mind.
I would say most combined events athletes probably have some points in the back of their head. But at the same time, we're like politicians and we'll just give you like a very vague answer. Because at the end of the day, we don't really know. This is the first competition of the year, and it's been a year since I finished the decathlon, so it's going to be a matter of just going out there, seeing where things are, and sometimes you're disappointed, but sometimes you're really surprised. So you just really don't know where you're going to be. In 2021, when I came here, I had no idea what I was going to score, and I almost scored 9,000 points, so we'll see what happens. That's all I can really give you.
Yeah, no, it's a great answer.
Okay, Damien, one last question from me. You are 33. You are Olympic champion. You have done 9,000 points. What's your main goals? What can we expect, let's say, for the second half of your career?
Second half. I'll be like 40-something competing here at Götzis. The 60th edition I'll be competing. For me, one of my goals when I was really young was to win a gold medal. So you go to the Olympics and you achieve that. And after you achieve something like that, you have to reassess. And obviously I'm not done in my career. There's still things that I believe I'm capable of achieving. So I had to set new goals. So I want to go back to the Olympics and I want to be able to repeat. I still want to win a world championship gold medal. And I believe that in time, I'll be capable of breaking a world record in the decathlon. So you always have to set big goals for yourself, and those are goals that myself and my coaches believe are possible, and those are the goals that I work for every day.
Clara, erzähl uns auch ein bisschen was über deine Erwartungen. Du bist letztes Jahr hierher gekommen als Debütantin, machst einen Landesrekord. Erwartungen sind mittlerweile ein bisschen höher. Letztes Jahr waren wir froh, dass wir eine Lokalmatadorin am Start hatten. Jetzt erwartet man schon ein bisschen was von dir. Wie gehst du damit um?
Ich hätte auch gesagt, es ist immer schwierig zu sagen, wie viele Punkte man macht. Und klar ist natürlich das Ziel, dass ich den Landesrekord nochmal überbiete und dass ich natürlich eine neue Bestleistung mache. Aber man sieht halt von Disziplin zu Disziplin, wie es läuft und wie viele Punkte schlussendlich rauskommen. Und natürlich sind halt auch meine Ziele noch die 6.000 Punkte. Aber ich würde jetzt sagen, ich bin halt erst 21, ich habe noch eine lange Karriere vor mir. Und deswegen stresse ich mich jetzt mal noch nicht mit dem.
Hello guys. First question for Anouk. So I had the feeling before the Hypomeeting, the conversation was a bit more about Anna Hall versus Adriana Sulek, even though you are the defending champ. Does that bother you, or does it maybe even help you because the focus is a bit off you?
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind at all to not be in the full picture, you say it like that? I'm there, but okay. So no, it's okay. Just I hope they are really good. They had a great indoor season. I never do indoor, or I do some competition, but not a pentathlon. So I completely understand, and yeah, I hope I can surprise them, and that's more my place. I like that. But yeah, we'll see.
All right, thank you. We know you're a very good thrower. You already have the meeting record in the javelin, and you had a very big shot put at the Worlds last year, over 16 meters. You're getting closer to the meeting record in shot put, 1690.
Yeah, so 90, oh.
Do you think that's still in play?
Oh yeah, no. I don't know. doing the world, I was quite surprised with the shot. It was not the best technique, so I surprised myself with the distance. Never say never. I don't know. I never expect I will throw almost 60 meters. So, yeah, never say never.
Okay, thank you. Damien, if we talk about shot put, I heard your coach in his podcast talking about you trying out the spinning technique. Did you try that out, and where are we at? Are we seeing you spin here?
As the so kind Estonian told me in 2015 after I triple faulted, it was fun. It was nice early in the season to kind of just experiment with some things. And yeah, you never say never. It might be something that I go back to in the long run, but right now I'm just doing the glide. It's something that I feel the most comfortable with and probably gives me the best chance this weekend and this year. So yeah, it's a tricky thing, but I could see the potential for sure.
Perfect, thank you. Last question maybe. I've seen a little video of Anna Hall driving here around with the meeting cars using a clutch car, but she struggled a little. Did you ever experience anything similar, or do you have maybe some advice for Anna?
She's probably a better driver of standard than I am, so and I would just recommend everybody stay off the roads if she's driving, because so you don't want to see me in a standard, that's for sure. But going back to your last question, I also want to add, don't take Gar's podcast too seriously. If anybody's listened to his podcast, he's a good storyteller, and he uses some bad language. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Just watch at your own risk.
Any other questions? Yeah.
Hello. My first question for you, Anouk. You was a winner last year with a big throw at the javelin. You think that you can win again this year? What is your shape right now?
Yeah, on some events I think it's good because I did already a competition. I get, how do you say that? That you already know because you have the... Yeah, you see the results, sorry. But yeah, I didn't do the hurdle, so I don't know in competition how it will go. And overall, I think I'm fit. Hopefully my body stays fit as well. And then I hope I can surprise myself. It's early season. Last year was surprising that I already scored a national record. I didn't expect that. I probably expected more during the Worlds, but it was good that I did it again. But now I don't know. First heptathlon in a year, so yeah, of this year, so we'll see. Yeah, you will never hear points like the story of Damien. I will just do my best, and yeah.
And Damien, Götzis, it's like a second home for you 10 times here. Mm-hmm. Every year it's a compulsory passage for you to have Götzis plus the Worlds or the Olympics?
Yeah, it's one of those competitions where every year when you create the schedule, if there's an Olympics or a World Championships, those are always on there. And Götzis is kind of the same. We always put it on our schedule. It means a lot to us. There's a lot of relationships that have formed here. But it's interesting because every Wednesday we do this thing in the city hall or the town hall with the little kids. And 10 years ago, my first year, I did it. And there was an athlete named Sarah. She was in the events, and she was in my group. And it was the weirdest thing because when we were walking to the track the other day, she drove by on a motorcycle. She was like 5 years old, so it's like, yeah, it's an interesting thing to witness. You're getting old.
Hi, Anouk. There's been indoor world records in the pentathlon. The heptathlon looks stronger than ever. What's it like competing in an event with Nafi, KGT, you, Anna Hall, Adriana Sulek? I can go on and on.
Yeah,
it's outstanding. Yeah. How are you feeling going into this year with both Götzis and the World Athletics Champs in Budapest?
It's really exciting. It's really exciting. But I know I need a big score to be on the podium, and it's crazy. Also, last Worlds 6-7 you need for a bronze. It's insane, but I think we all push each other to push over our limits. It's good. I think it's insane. I have to be honest because someone told me after the World, yeah, with this point, you will won a few other World Championship. I was like, okay, that's sad, but no, I'm happy, and I know Nafi and Anal and Sulek are big athletes, and I'm really proud to be part of those select athletes. Yeah.
Damien, if you look at the heptathlon, how strong is it compared to the current level in the decathlon?
Yeah, well, I think the big difference between the decathlon and the heptathlon is that you have, in the heptathlon, people have established those results in big competitions. But in the decathlon, I believe that the talent is there as well, but a lot of the athletes are younger. So there's myself, there's Kevin, there's Pierce, there's Ashley, there's Kyle Garland, Aiden Owens. So the list goes on, and I feel like any one of those guys at any moment could score over 9,000 points. And I don't believe it's been like that anywhere in the history of the decathlon, where you could have anywhere from 1 to 8 athletes that could put up a really huge score. So it makes it so you have to be on your A game. It makes it so you have to compete at your best and make sure that you're training hard. So I think it's really good for the sport, and I wouldn't be surprised if like the limits of the decathlon grow quite exponentially over the next couple of years.
Thanks so much.
Just 2 more questions. According to your training, with whom are you training? Other decathlonists, other ladies, heptathlon, international colleagues?
No, so we have a new training partner. He's not a very good card player, but he's just like my coaches. I'm the best card player in our group. Yeah, his name's Nathaniel Meckler. He's a younger athlete who has competed at like World Juniors and in events like that, and he's been training us with this year, and it's been a huge change because for the last 10 years or so I've been doing all my training by myself. To have somebody there to push you for the workouts is incredible, and he's competing this weekend, and I think that he's in shape to do really well. So yeah, we have a really good group right now, and I think that it's going to really pay dividends this year and leading into Paris next year.
Pierce Lepage, you don't train with him sometimes?
No, Pierce lives in Toronto, and we live in London, Ontario, so it's very close, but it's about 2.5 hours away. So yeah.
Do you have any contact to Kevin Meyer during the year? Are you maybe with WhatsApp, or you call once, or you just meet every year once, or maybe once in 2 years in the big event?
Usually we just meet in the big events. Every so often we'll comment back and forth on Instagram. We both like basketball, so he likes the Boston Celtics. I'm not a huge fan, so. But yeah, I keep an eye on him. I follow along all my competitors. I think the one thing for me is that all the guys that I competed against, I enjoy. I understand how hard it is to train for the decathlon and the heptathlon, so I follow all the events and I respect everything that everybody's doing, and yeah, I just try to keep an eye and follow along and wish everybody well.
Okay. Anouk, tell me a little bit about your trainings group, and do you have during the season or during training time contact with Nafisa Toutiam?
Yeah, I saw her in Stellenbosch, of course, and yeah, we talk and doing of course, Instagram DM. And I have a really good training group. I train with Emma. She was the 3rd on the Olympics, and Sophie, the younger girl. She's 10 years younger than me, but she's also here. So yeah, I'm really lucky to train with them, and I think we help each other doing hard training sessions.
Chiara, Frage noch an dich. Wie schaut es aus? Letztes Jahr große Nervosität, wenn man erstmals da dabei ist bei den bekannten Namen. Hat sich das ein bisschen gelegt? Ist man schon etwas gesettelt?
Nein, immer noch nicht wirklich. Also ich bin immer noch sehr nervös, und es ist natürlich wieder aufs Neue cool, wenn man mit den ganzen Topstars einen Wettkampf machen kann und halt, ich sage jetzt mal, dabei sein kann, und wenn man zum Beispiel auch gerade im Speerwurf bei mir zum Beispiel auch mitheben kann. Also ja, ich meine, klar, es ist natürlich heuer schon mit zweites Mal, wo ich dabei bin, aber ich bin trotzdem genau gleich nervös wie beim ersten Mal.
Thank you. Any other questions? No? All right. Then I thank you again for being here today. Good luck and all the best for the competition this weekend. Thank you. We will see you tomorrow in the stadium, and have a great Friday. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.